Good throw, man. Well, it's fixing to get crowded on the creek. I done made a few phone calls. The crowd's showing up. Huh, I don't know. DJ can fill you in on what happened with Phoebe. But you'll have to wait for her video. Ain't that right? Yeah? Come here. Mama keeps hitting you with her tail. Come here.
Hey, watch this. You say catch in 10 seconds.
Yo! Kobe just yanking them out.
You say catch a fish in 10 seconds. There you go.
Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and hope you guys aren't tired of us catching fish at the creek yet, because if you are, you might want to skip this video. Whew. It's going to be a magical day at the creek. So let me back up just a little bit. So you guys have seen the last few videos, we've been catching a ton of sandbass, white bass as most people call them, out of the creek. They spawn in the creeks, but they come up out of the lake. I've explained this many times over the years. They don't live in this creek. They live in the lake. In the spring, they make a run up the creek a few times to spawn, feed, do all the things. Then they go back to the lake. Look at this. It's getting ridiculous. These boys are wearing them out right now. Anyways, they are a fish that thrive in the lake. I've had 1,000 people ask me why we're not keeping these and putting them in the pond. They just don't do well in a small body of water. They need a flowing stream like this to spawn. And they're just not what we want to put in our pond. They are fun to catch, but we're wanting to grow big bass, okay? Now these guys would compete with all of our food sources that we will eventually be putting in there for big bass. But anyways, let me back up. The creek had gone back down to normal for a couple days, and yesterday we got another big rain, which brought, you know, a lot of runoff water to the creek and the pond. Well, it rained again. We got another inch or two of rain this morning, and considering how the ground is already completely saturated everywhere, it's all just runoff at this point. So that should be good news for the pond, if nothing else. All the runoff, but the creek had gone back down and was pretty much completely back to normal. But when it's like this and this wet for days on end, it just it can't stay down. All it takes is a little bit of rain when everything's saturated and all the other ponds are full and everything. It don't take a whole lot to get the creek rolling. But as long as it doesn't rain more today, I would venture to say we'll be able to drive out of here by this evening. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. Can't see the concrete slab on either side of the creek right now, but I would bet by 5, 6 o'clock this evening, it'll be low enough we can drive out. Hey, honey, seems like this is becoming part of your daily routine lately.
It's really annoying.
I want to know why you haven't built a bridge to drive across the creek yet. I mean, don't you have an extra, I don't know, 500,000-600,000 laying around? The creek's rolling again today, but I bet you I can drive out by tonight. So that $500,000-600,000 that you would really need about, I don't know, 10 times a year, maybe.
Yeah, I just hope there's more fish.
I like the way you think. Well, the pond has definitely risen a little bit more. I don't know how much you guys can tell, but there's a spillway pipe. Pretty much all the structure on the dam over there is just about completely submerged. This one fish structure here in the corner still showing just a little bit, but it's just about underwater. It rained pretty hard this morning for quite a while, off and on. Fixing to find out how much it rained, and I wish it would have been about another 3 inches. Looks like, oh, just over an inch. 1 2/10 is what we'll call it. But like I said earlier this morning when I was looking at the creek, showing you guys the creek, it's all runoff right now for sure. There's not a whole lot of water that falls that's not just straight runoff right now. So anyways, it's getting there. It's getting full. Still going to take a lot of water to fill it up. I think these last few feet are going to take a lot of rain and a lot of moving water running into this thing to really fill it up, because it has to spread out so much. But it's looking awesome, isn't it, Kelsey? Oh, there comes Kelsey. Well, back at the creek, brought a fishing rod. I think I've caught 3 so far. 3 sand bass. Still rolling a little too high, a little too hard. But I caught 3 down here close to the driveway. As you can see, it's just barely safe enough to cross right now. But we had a different idea. Jacoby's here. Jacoby came over for the evening. Houston and Jacoby are wanting to catch some fish. Earlier today, Weston and Houston went down the creek downstream and caught 4 or 5 sand bass. Not very many, but we're curious. The other day we had 8 or 9 people here, and we probably caught at a minimum of 300 fish. White bass, sand bass, whatever you want to call them. And I was curious at how many were actually in here. You know, you can't, not like you can dive down in there and see. It's a little too dirty. So Houston brought a secret weapon. Listen, we're gonna cast out there and see what all kind of bait fish are in the creek. You never know. Might be all kinds of bait fish in there.
Maybe tons of babies of catfish.
And if you just so happen to catch a bunch of sand bass, it'll be funny, but we're gonna let them go. We're not keeping any kind of game fish by any means. I'm just curious what all else comes up the creek, because these sand bass come up to feed.
Well, we know, what are they called? Crab. They're like carp, suckers.
Suckers do, yeah. And there's probably a bunch of those in here. Suckers, carp, drum do. There's some catfish. Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe we'll catch a 40-pound catfish.
Let's cast the net out there and see what all's lurking in the waters.
Okay.
You think you can remember how to throw it? You brought a big net. That ain't a little one. It's been a minute since you've thrown a cast net.
We'll practice over there.
Are you throwing tacos or?
Hang on.
Yeah. Hanging on. Well, you hit your dog in the side of the head. What'd he do, Kelsey?
Nothing in there.
Ain't got nothing on it.
Ain't got nothing on it, Dad.
I will say that was a pretty darn good throw for your first time. It's been a while since you've thrown a cast net.
Yeah, it is.
Where are you going?
Over here.
Throw a couple times over here. I'm curious. I caught a couple fish out in here. So I'm just curious what all might be in there. There you go. I really am curious if there's many different kinds of bait fish come up the creek. I've never really thrown a cast net when it was flooding, to see if shad or anything is coming up before these sandbass to feed on.
Yeah.
Nothing that time. That's two zeros. Good throw, man. You're gonna end up stepping on that cell phone down there, though. I see some swimming motion.
Oh, I got a sucker. Oh, I got 2 of them.
Those are what's known as I believe they're technically called a red horse sucker. Very similar to a carp. They do come up a creek in the hundreds. Look at the mouth on this thing, look. Come on, do it. There's a reason they call them a sucker, is they get out there and they just suck everything up off the bottom. They're bottom feeders. They're not good to eat at all. Very, very much like a carp. But I would say a close comparison to that fish right there would be what you see in people's fish tanks in their aquariums that clean the algae off the bottom. But they always come up like that when it floods too.
Yeah, they do.
Not a single fish. One minnow. Where'd he go? Oh yeah. One little creek chub minnow.
That's not a creek chub.
No, it's they call it darter. Some kind of darter. I'm not real positive. Somebody I'm sure can tell me in the comments exactly what kind of minnow that is, but probably really good catfish bait. You know that? Huh?
You can try.
Why?
I'm tired.
What do we get, Kelsey? What do we get? One sucker. Very few bait fish, honestly. Get out of here, buddy.
Dude, now is when we need to cast net. Hey, watch this. You say catch in 10 seconds.
Yo! Kobe just yanking them out.
You say catch a fish in 10 seconds. There you go.
So as you saw yesterday, we tried to fish. Houston and Jacoby even threw a cast net for 20 or 30 minutes, and the sandbass were just not here. Houston and Weston went down the creek probably a half a mile or so. I think they caught 4 or 5. Not very many, but today is going to be that magical day. Well, just like it was 4 or 5 days ago, whatever that was, where the creek is just stacked with sandbass. And I think the plan, if it holds up, if the weather continues to clear out like it's trying to do right now, and it holds up, Houston and Jacoby are wanting to do a little catch, clean, and cook at the creek. They're wanting to catch fish, clean them, and fry them up down here on the creek bank. So, we'll see if the weather holds up. Either way, they're catching a ton of fish. I don't think catching enough fish for a catch, clean, and cook is going to be difficult. And my guess is by this evening, we'll have another day with 6 or 8 people lined up down here on the creek. What's up? What do you think?
I think that I like to catch fish.
You like to catch fish, huh? Trying to fish somewhere else because it was too easy up there, or what?
I just want to get nosy.
Oh, you're just nosy, huh?
I don't know.
Show us how it's done. Guaranteed catch a fish on this cast. Let's see it. Why?
Because it's teared up.
Wearing it out, huh? Well, yeah, well, we can cut it. We'll cut it. They'll never know. Just throw again.
Look over there.
I don't see anything. Oh, yeah. Dang, Kobe. You're going to give him brain damage, yanking him out of the water and hitting the rocks like that. Kobe, he goes for the little guys. He's a little fish specialist. Anybody can catch the big ones, right?
Yeah. They're crisp.
You like the little crispy fried ones, huh?
Yeah. Hey, who doesn't?
Let's go. We're wasting time. Catch fish. Don't need no wasted cast. You got to catch one every cast, man.
Look at your one.
Well, you know, I'm just dangling it in here just to see what I get. Just giving it a dangle. Kobe was catching them every cast until I turned the camera back on him. I'm not stopping until you catch one. I jinxed you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well, it's fixing to get crowded on the creek. I done made a few phone calls. The crowd's showing up. Everybody's favorite characters here. My goofy brother. This could get entertaining. You ever gonna get that fish off a hook?
Can you help me?
Push down on the head.
I'm just trying.
That was easy, buddy. That was easy.
I'm not scarred.
Yeah, something got after him, didn't it?
Yeah. I've seen a bunch of fish like that.
Well, fishing just really slowed down. The sun popped out and the creek has come up at least a foot. Even though it's not raining here, it's obviously rained all morning and takes water time to get to the creek. And when it's on the rise like this, they get harder to catch. And we went from catching a fish every cast to about one every 10 casts. And now Jacoby's sitting on the buggy. My brother stayed for 10 minutes and left. Houston's sitting on the creek bank over there. We might be done for a while. Well, talk about a quick turn of events today. It's now almost 6 p.m. Come back down to the creek. I've checked it off and on. The water is going down. It's slowing down. The whole Eddie clan's here. Weston and his buddies are fishing. And I got here about 15 minutes ago. I caught 3 really quick. Weston and his buddies are catching a few. But my whole plan's for creek load of people and catch, clean, and cook, and frying fish on the creek. Well, that went south real quick. It was crazy this morning. The fish were biting. We were catching them every cast there for a while. And it was just almost instant that the fish turned off. And they're starting to come back in a little bit. It really, water clarity and how fast this creek's flowing and everything really makes a big difference. I think Brandon said they're starting to come back in. The boys are catching a few. I think Brandon's getting one right, trying to catch one. Anyways, I'm thinking tomorrow's going to be the better day.
The fight was done.
Well, y'all, it's the next day. Again, we're going to finish this video eventually. We're going to get through it. I'm telling you, we're just in this rain cycle right now that we can't get out of. And I'm not complaining, because I need one more. I think really honestly, if we could get one more like 3-inch rain, 3 or 4 inches, just downpour, gully washer, the pond would be full. Everybody I've talked to locally, they're like, oh my gosh, our ponds are running over, we're soggy, we need it to dry up for a few days. And I'm like, no, not yet, don't dry up yet. Matter of fact, I was watching the video this morning, Jimmy Houston posted, he's where he lives just a few miles away. Their lake is just in their backyard. It's like a 130-acre lake in their backyard. It's beautiful. But he's got a big, long wooden pier that goes out into the lake that's normally 2 feet above the water, and you can't go out on it right now. It's flooded. So, didn't get any rain overnight, but they are calling for pretty much storms all day today. It's not raining right now. It's early this morning. I'm going to take care of the chores here at the barn while it's not raining. Feed everybody while it's, kind of dry. And head down to the creek, because yesterday evening, just about the time the fish started biting, DJ had other plans for us. We had plans for the evening since we weren't able to do what I wanted. My thought process for the day was we were going to catch a bunch of fish. I invited all kinds of people out. There were people showing up. I didn't even show all of that. Everybody was showing up to catch fish, and they quit biting. And then it was like 1s and 2s here and there. The Eddies came out. I had another buddy that came out and brought, I think, 4 kids. And then my stepbrother and his son came out, and it got slow. But last night, about 5:30, 6 o'clock, they just started to bite again. But everybody they're like, no, we'll try again later. I think this morning should be one of those magical days at the creek. It should just be stacked full of sand bass. But I have some other surprises for you. I told you guys, if you've seen DJ's video, you know what I'm talking about. It's baby season. It's baby donkey season. And Farrah had her first baby. So Phoebe, Fallon, Farrah were the 3 triplets that DJ calls them anyways. And they aren't triplets. That's just what she calls them. We had the vet come out, and the vet told us that Fallon and Farrah were pregnant, but it would be another month or so or something like that. Month or 2. Well, Fallon had a baby about 5 days after the vet told us, oh, it'll be another month or 2. Not Fallon, Farrah. Farrah had a baby. We're still waiting on Fallon. There may or may not be some other surprises in store for you guys. What are you yelling about? Well, here's Bree and Baker and Fallon. I found you 3. Fallon, when are you gonna have a baby? You girls just out grazing this morning? Those are some big abs you've got there, Fallon. You got a baby in there? Hey, you want a bite? Here. I was going to entice you guys to come into this pasture, so I opened the gate on the back of the donkey pen over there yesterday. Baker, why are you so cantankerous? I thought that was Bree's job. Anyways, I opened that gate to let them come into this pasture, and they never would yesterday. Hey, girls. Easy. All right, fine. Y'all just graze. Anyways, I opened the gate so that they would come into here so they could graze on this pasture, but mostly because there's more barn space and it stays more dry. This little donkey barn here that we built is fine. It works great. But when it really rains and really floods, it gets nasty and muddy in there real quick. So I thought I'd open this up and let them in here. Mostly so that DJ can come down here and see her babies and not have to get in the mud. Wait, did I say babies? Baby. Baby. We'll go baby. Here. Don't have that. I said baby, I think. Right? Anyways. But up until this morning, no one had came in here. So I was going to get a bucket of feed and entice them. I don't know where Phoebe's at. Phoebe's hiding. Let's go see Farrah's baby, though. Hey, Farrah. How's that baby this morning? DJ still hasn't given her a name, but it's a little girl, and she looks just like her mama. Farrah's very protective. She's not mean or aggressive towards us, but with the other donkeys, she's very protective of this little girl. Hey, come here, sister. Come here. That's a pretty white face you got. I'm gonna see if I can get Farrah to follow me back up there so that, you know, they go to the other barn when it rains, because they've just been kind of standing out in it, which is fine. It's normal. It's not cold. But DJ sure likes them to get under the barn. I don't blame her, but it doesn't seem to affect a donkey. They don't necessarily care about the rain. Huh. So, about Phoebe. Yep. That's all I'm going to say about that. You'll just have to wait to hear more, since she's not pregnant, according to the vet. There's I don't know. DJ can fill you in on what happened with Phoebe. But you'll have to wait for her video. Ain't that right? Yeah? Come here. Mama keeps hitting you with her tail. Come here. Come here. When are you going to get a name? I'm going to have to come up with a name for you. Silly dog spooking everybody around. Come here. Come here. What is it? Oh, yeah? Tell me about it. All right, Farrah. Come on. Bring that baby into this other pasture. Come on, Farrah. Come on. Come on. Phoebe, you gonna come too? Come on, Farrah. Phoebe, come on. Goose. Just leave that turkey alone. Let her sit on her knees. Back up. Back up, Fallon. Watch out. Watch out. All right, good girls. There's some good grass in here, but mostly a good dry barn. Well, y'all, think that's going to do it for me today. I'm going to have to get all of our fishing equipment, all of our fishing rods rounded up. They've been scattered between Houston and Jacoby and Weston and 3 of his buddies and me and DJ and everybody. It's time for some fishing reel rehab. We're running low on line and lures, and it's been a great week or so. I really wish I could calculate and know exactly how many pounds of fish we've caught over the last week. The last couple days has kind of been hit or miss, but you guys have seen we've had some fabulous days on the creek. I mean, obviously one day was probably the best, but I have a feeling today's going to be a good day, and we're going to go down and catch a bunch of fish today. When the fishing's good, the fishing's good. So we're going fishing. Like I said, I'm sorry in the beginning if some of your Tired of seeing fishing videos at the creek? But it's just that time of year. So guys, remember, do something today to make somebody smile, because you never know, it just might change the world. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.